Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean.
Welcome into the program, much happier show tonight. What's going on? My name is Marc Farzetta. This is the Fightins Postgame show here on the JAKIB Media YouTube Sports channel. It's nice to have you along for the ride, and this is brought to you by the great people of the Colony Pools and Power Washing. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? How about that? And what's that? I'd love to say that the Phillies are going to be able to return the favor and sweep, or excuse me, and blank shut out the Padres, return the favor of the previous night. Matt Strom kind of made that difficult. It did not happen, unfortunately. But what is very fortunate is that the Philadelphia Phillies ended up winning this series. They ended up going after what started out to be a bleak, brief 6-game road trip, going 0-2 to open up that series against the Brewers. The Phillies were able to rally to at least go 500 over this road trip. They lost the series against a very good team in the Milwaukee Brewers, although they shot themselves in the foot a number of times in that series. They were able to come back and at least take 2 or 3 from a not-so-good team in the San Diego Padres. So at least take that with a 5-1 victory before coming back to South Philadelphia. You saw Kyle Schwarber go yard a couple of times in this series, including a 465-foot home run, his 41st of the season, to lead off the ball game against Michael Waka. And that it didn't set the tone. I was hoping it was going to set the tone. The Phillies went on to load the bases with nobody out, and I thought, oh, here we go. Kyle Schwarber just set the tone, baby. And then that's not what happened. The Phillies, they came up very small after that. They got the leadoff home run, and then they loaded the bases with nobody out, and then they got nothing. Nada. Zilch. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, that's not going to come back and bite the Phillies in the ass. No way. They're not going to come back and bite in the ass. And then, sure enough, they got runners on first and second with 1 out. I believe it was in the 3rd inning, and they got nothing again. Brandon Marsh was the last victim up there. You had that weird play by Soto in left field in the 3rd inning on JT Realmuto's fly ball that I thought was going to leave the yard and maybe be a 3-run home run to break the thing open with a 4-0 lead. And Soto went back. Did he have it? I don't know. He did have it. He didn't have it. He did have it. He made the catch. Castellanos didn't end up tagging on that play. Difficult play to tag on, I guess. But the Phillies ended up not getting anything out of that inning either in the 3rd inning. Then in the 4th inning, the Phillies yet again have an opportunity. This time they got 2 runners on and Bryce Harper at the plate with 2 outs. And this was the cash-in moment for the Phillies. They needed to put up runs on Michael Wacha. They couldn't continue to allow Michael Wacha, with it, as well as he had been pitching this season, entered this game 11-2 on the season with a 2.85 ERA. You couldn't afford to not capitalize on opportunities when he was continuously giving you opportunities. You couldn't allow him to continuously pitch his way out of those jams. So finally, babyface Bryce stepped up to the plate and deposited one, splitting the right center field gap to plate 2 runs. Phillies took a 3-0 lead. They were able to tack on some more runs later in the ball game in the following inning. As a matter of fact, JT Realmuto with his 18th home run of the season. Great to see him mashing. I saw that Rob Thompson said on WIP the other day, the splits between JT Realmuto home and away are incredible. He's like an all-star player. Greatest catcher in baseball, best catcher in baseball on the road. But he gets to South Philly and it's like hitting 200. That's worrisome. And Rob Thompson said, well, I think he's got like 3 kids, so maybe being at home isn't the best possible thing for concentration. Some of us can relate. But anyway, JT Realmuto steps up to the plate. It's his 18th home run of the season, gives the Phillies a 4-0 lead at that point. And then Jake Cave gets the RBI single, makes it a 5-0 ball game. And the Phillies offense did what they were supposed to do. And they had done for the most part this season, which is score runs. Not so much last night. And how about this? After last night, you only saw Sosa, Cave, and Marsh, I believe it was. Sosa, Cave, and Marsh come up with home runs for you, with hits for you last night. Everybody got a hit. Everybody hits in this Phillies lineup that was a starter. They at least got one hit. Your multi-hit games came courtesy of Kyle Schwarber, who also got a single in the game, not just his 41st home run. You also had a 2-hit night from Bryson Stott and a 2-hit night from JT Real Muto. So great to see that for the Phillies. Offense did what they were supposed to do. Zach Wheeler. Oh, my goodness. Zach Wheeler goes out there, doesn't allow a base runner to the 4th inning. When unfortunately he gave up a walk to Juan Soto, a 2-out walk. Then he gave up a 2-out runner on bloop single off the bat of Juan Soto there in Soto in shallow right field. Bryson Stott couldn't get to it. Nick Castellanos couldn't get to it. Obviously, Brandon Marsh couldn't get to it. And despite Stott going into a slide, couldn't come up with the baseball. So then it was 2 on, 2 out for Zach Wheeler, but he was able to handle the business and get out of that situation, including a first and third with no 2-out situation. But Zach Wheeler was able to slam the door and get out of that situation, which was great to see. But man, did he have his stuff working for him tonight. Look, 6 innings, 105 pitches. That's a lot for a guy like Zach Wheeler, and I hate looking at, 6 scoreless. That's great. Because, I'm used to if you're an ace, if you're a stud, you're going at least 7 scoreless. You're flirting with 8 innings scoreless, but whatever. Those are the days of yesteryear. I am very happy with what I saw from Zach Wheeler tonight. 6 innings, 105 pitches. Bottom line, 6 scoreless, 1 hit, ladies and gentlemen, 2 walks. That's a hell of a stat line there for Zach Wheeler, who picked up his 11th win of the season, and he lowers his ERA on the season as well to 3.62, I believe it is now on the season. But this was what you had been waiting for quite some time for Zach Wheeler to be able to put 3 really good starts together, and then, 3 good starts together, and then 2 of his last 3 starts to be just fantastic. And I'll take 6 scoreless innings from any pitcher on this rotation at any time. Would I like to see the idea? Come to fruition, and maybe the bullpen gets a little bit more of a break? Or maybe Jeff Hoffman doesn't have to come into a game. Matt Strahm doesn't have to come into a game. Dominguez doesn't have to come into a game. Maybe Craig Kimbrell doesn't even have to do so much as stand up in the bullpen. But I don't even think he ended up throwing a pitch, thank goodness. And by the way, the last time he did that, when he had that Andrew Bellotti debacle against the Angels in game 2 of that series, I believe it was, Craig Kimbrell, remember, stood up. And then he was shot for like the next week. So hopefully just standing up doesn't do it to Craig Kimbrell again. But I was amazed by what Zach Wheeler was throwing today. The sinker was working great. The fastball had a lot of life on it. You saw him consistently 96, 97, 98 miles per hour being able to pop the mitt when he really unleashed the fury that was his 4-seam fastball. Good life, good movement on that pitch. Good life, good movement on his sinker or his 2-seamer. So that was great to see. The sweeper working well for him. But the thing that really amazed me was that his fastball was so on point tonight. You saw a number of swings and misses. I think he totaled around 20 swings and misses. That's insane. I know they were marking about it during the broadcast as well, but that is bonkers, man. But that's what you want to see. That's what you need to see from Zach Wheeler. That's what you need to see from Zach Wheeler for the rest of this season and into the postseason. Now you'd like to see it again with a guy named Aaron Nola as well. We certainly like to see that, and we've been waiting for that rather patiently. Moral of the story, as far as this game goes, before I'll get into some of your thoughts, right? Moral of the story was the Phillies really had a rough outing last night. Really had a rough outing as far as the lineup went. Obviously, nobody had it more rough than Nick Castellanos, and he brought a lot of that on himself. 3 double plays. 3 at bats where he was swinging at the first pitch. 3 of those at bats ended up what he's swinging. Let's see, 4 pitches and 3 at bats, 2, 4, 6 outs. That is difficult. That is very difficult before coming to the plate in the last inning, or his last at bat in the 8th inning there, and flying out to center field. Tonight he was able to at least get a hit for you. He was at least able to get on base. He played well in right field. Also, you heard the story they were talking about during the broadcast there. Rob Thompson said that Nick Castellanos owes him a new iPad because he threw his against the floor and shattered it when he saw all the ground outs again on replay of Nick Castellanos. all the double plays Nick Castellanos grounded into, and Nick Castellanos got a chuckle out of that, and it relaxed him. And you know what? If you want a player's manager, that's a player's manager. So, look, the reason we all fell in love with Philly Rob last year was because he was that player's manager, where he ran a relaxed clubhouse. The last time the Phillies had a guy like that, we all know his name was Charlie Manuel. That's what you got to have a lot of times in the baseball world. That might not identify really well with a city that can be a little bit overbearing in some players' opinions. Certainly not this year, where they had Trey Turner's back and absolutely helped him turn the season around. But maybe a guy like Nick Castellanos take a deep breath, let it out, and then maybe he'll bounce back from the struggles that he's had over the last 2 weeks of the season. And going into today, he certainly had struggles. Going into today, Nick Castellanos, before he got that hit, he was batting 192 over the last week. That's not good. He was also coming into this game over the last 15 days batting 218 in those last 2 weeks of the season, in the most recent 2 weeks. That's not good. That's not 4-hole hitter. That's sure as hell not 2-hole hitter. And last night, I didn't understand why Nick Castellanos was batting second in that order as opposed to Alec Bohm. That's what the Rob Thompson decided to do, unfortunately. He put him back down in the cleanup spot today, and at least was able to get a hit for you in the lineup, so that was good. And then again, like I said, played well in right field. But this Phillies team needs a lot more of what you saw today, both pitching and at the plate, to carry on and continue to roll as the season continues. Phillies do get a little bit of a break. Not that anyone's ever rooting for injury, certainly, but Sandy Alcantara, who has certainly had a lot of success against the Phillies as of late, got placed on the 15-day injured list. So it doesn't look like the Phillies are going to be facing him when they see the Marlins coming up in the not-too-distant future on Tuesday. Phillies have an off day tomorrow. Friday. Phillies have an off day tomorrow, Thursday, and they'll be back at it on Friday for a 7:05 start time in South Philadelphia when they take on the Marlins. Slated to make the start for the Phillies in that one is going to be Christopher Sanchez. So we'll see how that game shakes out. But as of right now, the Phillies needed to find somewhat of a stroke again before they came back home. They found it in Game 3 against the Brewers. They were able to carry it in Game 1 against the Padres. It disappeared in Game 2. And then in Game 3, it came roaring back to the tune of 5 runs, 2 home runs, and a clutch hit from Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper ends the 0-for-20 spell with that clutch 2-out, 2-run double that he came up with in the 4th inning. And maybe babyface Bryce, maybe that's just what he needs. Other than the clean-shaven face. Maybe that's exactly what he needs. But those are my major takeaways from the game today, and it's certainly something that we needed to see, because if they lose that game today, with the Chicago Cubs winning again, and the Chicago Cubs just staying on absolute fire right now in the National League, we got into this on the Farzy show this morning. Somebody referenced it. I know we talked a little bit about it last night after the Phillies dropped Game 2 of this series, but the Phillies might be well into a wild card spot right now, but they're battling it. They're battling it out right now. It's going to come down to the wire with them and the Cubs, as well as the Cubs are playing. The Cubs don't need any more advantages than what they already have, which is essentially being the hottest team in baseball since the All-Star break. And Cody Bellinger certainly doesn't need any more luck going his way, since he's been about the hottest player in baseball since the All-Star break. I would very much appreciate not facing the Cubs in Chicago at Wrigley in the postseason. I'd rather that, if you're going to face them at all, have it be in South Philadelphia. I'd much rather that be the case. So the Phillies got to keep on pushing. The Phillies got to keep being the team that we have seen them be since June 2nd, when they've been one of the hottest teams in baseball throughout that entire stretch. So I'd love to see that. They come home off a series win. They come home winning 3 of their last 4, which is certainly a step in the right direction for the Phils. So hopefully they keep that going as the season goes on. As far as those standings go, right now in the National League for the wild card spot, Phillies are able to keep their spot at a game and a half above the Cubs. They're at 5 games. The Cubs are at 3.5 games. The Reds are occupying the 3rd wild card spot right now, with the Marlins and the Diamondbacks a half game out of that 3rd and final spot. Giants, they're 2.5 games out, and right now the Padres are 7 games out, with taking the L to the Phillies today. Great sign for the Phils today with the way they were able to win this game. And Sir Anthony Dominguez, sharp. If I could take anything away from this one other than Matt Strahm, I know Jeff Hoffman, he maybe turned away from the TV a couple of times there with a couple of walks, but he was able to pull focus and be able to get out of that jam that he put himself in that 8th inning, and then Matt Strahm was able to come in and handle the business in the 9th inning despite giving up that 1 run. You would love to see the shutout, as I said earlier, but it just wasn't meant to be in this particular case. So love to see what I saw. I loved what I got out of this Phillies bullpen tonight. On the edge of your seat, sure, but it was ended up being a 4-run win as opposed to a 5-run win. Let's get into the chat and see how you wonderful people are doing on this fine evening when it comes to all things Phillies in this Fightins post-game show. Here we go on this Wednesday night. Going to start it off with Michael Heff. Wheeler is dealing 500 road trip. I'll take it. Here's what it is. Obviously, we all would have wanted the 6-0 road trip. That would have been nice too. But after you start out the road trip by dropping 2 games to the Brewers, and the fashion in which they dropped those 2 games, I'll go back to that Thursday night game where you had Alec Boehm not be able to field that ball at third base because he didn't shuffle his feet and he rushed it. And by the way, I didn't even mention on this show how incredible it is, how absolutely incredible it is for Trey Turner to walk over to Alec Boehm and say, you're going to make that play to win us a World Series. Who's chopping onions? Okay, that's emotional stuff right there, okay? That's beautiful. And to see this Phillies team be able to win that 3rd game against the Brewers, to salvage at least a game in that series, and then win the series against the Padres, that they did what they were supposed to do. Tyler Bolitz, there it is, 77 wins, 77-62. Let's bleep and go. Price is back hitting. Jose Perez, 3-3 road trip. Not bad, man. Yeah, not bad. Crazy. I get home, turn the game on, and Matt Strahm gives up a lone run. Am I bad luck? Probably. Crazy. I hate to say this. You're bad luck. Bad luck, man. You're just bad luck. No, I'm kidding. John Marinelli, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 7 games against Atlanta worries me. What is it, a 518 winning percentage against teams the rest of the way? The Phillies are facing teams that have an average of 518 winning percentage the rest of the way. Yeah, that's worrisome too. And a lot of that is the Braves. As we look at the rest of this season through the month of September here, with the Phillies being in the spot that they are in right now, here's who the Phillies got in the remainder of the season. For those scoring at home, they got the Marlins. This is the last time they'll face the Marlins, this 3-game series here in South Philly. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over the weekend there. Then they got 4 against the Braves. Let's just count the games against the Braves, including a doubleheader on September 11th. On Monday, September 11th, Phillies have the doubleheader against the Braves. Then they face them Tuesday and Wednesday next week as well. So that's 4 right there. 4, then they got the 7. They got a 3-game trip to Atlanta. 18th, 19th, and 20th. So that's 3 games. They got 7 games against the Mets. So that's good. 3 games where they host the Pirates. 3 games where they go to St. Louis. Wah, wah. That was just for our friend Ari. And yeah, it's still a tough September. A very tough September. A lot of divisional games there. But let's face it, okay? The Braves are the only concern going forward. I know the Phillies have had their struggles against the Mets, but dear Lord, so help me God, if you lose 4 of 7 to the Mets going forward, my head might explode. So let's hope they don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And let's just do this. 7 games against the Braves. Can you give me 3 wins? Can you give me 3 wins? 3 wins for my sanity. 4 wins, and I'm going to have the Phillies going back to the World Series, baby. 4 wins against the Braves and 7, and I'm going to be the team's going back to the World Series. They're winning the World Series, playing the parade route now. And then leave the bicycle racks up there for when the Eagles go through. Yeah, you heard me. Anyway, that's where I'll be at. In the month of September, the Phillies are going to clinch a playoff spot. They're going to clinch a wild card. That's going to happen. I would very much love for that to be the top spot, obviously. But here's where I'm at going forward in this month. Don't play down to anybody. Don't play down to the Marlins. Sure as hell don't play down to the Mets. Don't play down to the St. Louis Cardinals. And just pull your own weight. Don't play down to the Pirates, especially in South Philly. After playing down to the Pirates in Pittsburgh on the wrong side of the state. Just don't play down to anybody. That's my only request. That and Kyle Schwarber hit 50 home runs. That's my only I have 2 requests. Oh, and the pitching figures itself out. And I have my only 3 requests as the season goes on here. So please, through the last month of the season, by all means, help me and my sanity going forward. John Marinelli, glad I was in bed for last night's game. Slept like a baby. Well, good for you, Michael. I suffered through every ounce of it and then did a 25-minute post-game show. I think we might have hit a half hour last night. Working too hard in the business. Jose Perez, what's going on? Hoping we can get 7-0 this homestand, but 5-2 wouldn't be bad either. All right, 3 against the Marlins, 4 against the Braves, including the doubleheader. Phillies pitching over this homestand. Sanchez, Nola, Suarez, Walker, Lorenzen. Sanchez, Wheeler. So Wheeler's got some time. Wheeler's got some time off. Maybe you're going to see Wheeler bump up a little bit here. I don't know if they're going to mess with that. I'll be able to talk about that when I hear what Rob Thompson has to say after the game, but we'll see if they get Wheeler going again. Maybe Lorenzen doesn't make that start in the second game of the maybe Sanchez. Maybe they bump Sanchez up again. No, that wouldn't make sense either. I don't know. Maybe they got a day off tomorrow. Maybe they finagle the rotation a little bit. Yeah, but now it's Sanchez, Nola, Suarez, Walker, Lorenzen, Sanchez, Wheeler over the next 7 games. So we'll see if there's any jockeying of the rotation going forward here. I would really like to see more Johan Rojas. Can I please get a little bit more Johan Rojas? I'd like to see a little bit more Johan Rojas. Brandon Marsh had a great catch. I can't be sure as to whether or not it would have saved a home run. Let's say it would have, but either way, it was a great catch Brandon Marsh made in center field. Also, who else was it? Jake Cave in left field today went back on the ball pretty well. Off the bat, I think it was off the bat of Soto. Who was it? It was Tatis. It was Tatis. So that was a good one. What the heck is going on here? Boomering the buttons. Boomering the buttons. There we go. But Jose Perez, hoping for 7-0 at this homestead, take 5-2. I'll take 5-2. Michael Heft. Umps have given Fish a homer on Nola. That's not nice. But yeah, it's true. That's according to the Elias Sports Bureau, Nola's going to start the game already having giving up a home run. As the Phillies hold on to the first wild card spot, you should shave your beard, laugh out loud. You don't want to see that. As a bald man with no beard, and I just trimmed the beard today, huh? Looking toy, right? Looking toy. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't think you guys want to see me with a shaved beard. As much as Bryce Harper looks like a baby, me with a clean shaven face, I look like a wee baby. I look like a little tiny. Well, I look like a big fat baby is what I look like. Huge overgrown baby is what I look like. If the Phillies hold on the first wild card, favorite beard. Yeah, John Marinelli. I'll put a store in the back. Farzy can't bench the bar. Farzy, we're talking about the Fightins. Said. Damn right. Crazy. We got the last 9 Mets and Pirates. There you go, Michael. Farzy, that's a nice piece of turf from their VIP customers. You're damn right. Steven, what's up? Farzy, a frequenter of the gentleman. I am not. For the record, I happen to highlight that piece of turf there from the vet was a gift of a certain gentleman's club in Philadelphia many years ago. And when I say gift, I mean I stole it from the prize closet on my first day of WIP back in 2005. And look, it's holding up well. No fungus. You know what I'm saying? Farzy, nope. No, Farzy can't bench the bar. You behavior. I do not. I love Marshy, but Rojas just way better. Well, here's the dream scenario: Rojas in center field, Brandon Marsh in left field, and then you got Kyle Schwarber as your DH, and then you got Bryce Harper at first base. By the way, how about that play in the 7th inning? I think it was the 7th inning, or was it the 8th inning? Maybe it was the 6th inning. Hold on. I take copious notes to get this right for you beautiful, wonderful people. And they're on last night's game, so this isn't it. Anyway, wait, hold on, wait for it. Ah! Here we are. Yeah, 6th inning, the last out recorded for Zach Wheeler. Juan Soto hits the dribbler down the first base line. I should say ground ball. Ground ball to the first base line. Babyface Bryce goes over there. And Bryce Baby goes to try to pick it up, and it goes under his mitt, and boom, Johnny on the spot right there is Bryson Stott, fields it, fires it first, gets the out, 3-4-3 double play. Or, excuse me, 3-4-3 out. Put out. So there you go. But yeah, other than that, Bryce Harper's been great at first base. So that's for sure. Rob Thompson should play Yohan Rojas. I concur. Tyler, I concur. Good steal. That is a good steal. Look, it's a gift that keeps on giving. No, oh, wait, hold on. Let me fix the Dundee. Come on, I don't like the present. Can I fix the Dundee, or am I going to knock over the turf? That's what she said. Anyway, so there you go. There you go. Turf would be better than Dykstra. That's true. That's true. Marlins leading 3-1 against the Reds. Mariners leading 3-1 against the Reds. All right, so that's good. That's all happy. We can all be very happy about this. It is September 6th. Phillies are back at it September 8th. That's when they start that 3-game series in South Philly with the Marlins. The biggest thing the Phillies need right now is, obviously, they need everyone to play well, but it's not going to happen without laser focus. In the words of Gabe Kapler, laser focus, which his Giants team is losing right now in September. I need to see the bullpen get back to the way they were in the first 4 or 5 months of the season. I need to see Nick Castellanos do what he did, believe it or not, through the majority of August, and only till recently has really started to sputter. And I would love to see another month from Kyle Schwarber where he can get you another 8-9 home runs. He's well on his way. He's well on his way already to going through this September month with another possible double-digit home run season. I would love to see Alec Boehm start hitting the long ball again, as I said, towards the end of August when he got 5 home runs in the month of August. Another 5 home run month for him, and he gets to 20 on the season. I know 20 home runs, there's like 100 guys in the league that are going to hit 20 home runs this season, so it ain't what it used to be. But to him, after a guy that we had questioned so many times, will he ever have any pop? That would be a great step in the right direction. Bryson's stats been a little shaky as of late. 4-hit game, no hits, 1 hit. He kind of goes all over the place. Got a 2-hit night tonight. He's a little up and down, relaxed a little bit. You saw him bounce back in this series, which was great. Bryce Harper, the 0 for 20, and then he breaks out of today with a 2-out, 2-run double in the 4th inning is fantastic. You need all these guys now in the final month of the season to pull focus, have laser focus, and just do their jobs from this point on. No playing down to any opponent. No playing down to the Marlins, no playing down to the Cardinals, no playing down to the Pirates, and no playing down of all teams to the New York Mets. Do that, and we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be good. And I'll be right with the world. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Kyle Schwarber, 5 away from tying a season total from last year. Yeah, let's keep going, baby. Let's keep going. Hold on. Hold the phone. Crazy? The Braves? Hold on. The St. Louis Cardinals are leading 4-0. I don't know why I'm whispering. At this point, all right, Cardinals are up 4-0 on the Braves. I don't know why I'm even celebrating. It's not like the Phillies are going to catch the Braves. I don't know. Maybe the Cardinals get overconfident by beating the Braves. I don't know. But they're in the 4th inning. Goldschmidt hit a 2-run home run. Contreras had an RBI ground out. Burleson had an RBI single and stretched it. Oh, out stretching at second. Wait, the way they... Well, hold on a second. I've never seen that before in a description. I've seen single with a put out at second, but I've never seen out stretching at second. Was he literally stretching? Was he like, oh, I just hit that ball hard. Oh, I'm off the back. Oh, so silly me. Was that the way it went down? I know. I'm an idiot. Anyway, the Cardinals are up 4-0 over the Atlanta Braves in the 1st inning. That's where they're at this point in time. Ooh, the Cardinals are going for 3 wins in a row. That's something they haven't done in a very, very long time. That's shocking. That's something they haven't done in 3 weeks. So look at that. Maybe the Cardinals are in the right stride. And then they hit the wrong stride against the Phillies. That's what we're all hoping for. Thanks for watching, everybody. Much appreciated. Alex Schmidt produced the program, did a wonderful job as per usual. This is the Fightins post-game show brought to you by the wonderful people at Colony Pools and Power Washing. Give the people at Colony Pools and Power Washing a call and let them bring your backyard back to life through the month of September, and also have them pressure wash your house. Let Colony Pools and Power Washing power wash your house and pressure wash your house to take the pressure off you. Simply give them a call at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. Also, I tweet out their link on Twitter, on X. I X out their link, whatever. You guys can check it out there if you need somebody great to take care of your house. How about that? If you live in Delco, Chester, or in the state of Delaware, let Quality Pressure wash your house. And yes, take the pressure off you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be back with you guys tomorrow morning for the Farzy Show. Vince Quinn from Bell and the Birdman Podcast will be on to talk all things Eagles. We'll also go through Sean Desai's press conference, what he got into earlier today regarding the matchup with the Patriots and why somehow magically the Eagles have some kind of advantage defensively, strategically over the Patriots. We'll get into that conversation. And of course, we'll recap this game one more time with the Phillies beating the San Diego Padres and taking the series thanks to their 5-1 victory today. 6 scoreless from Zach Wheeler and 41 home runs down the season for Kyle Schwarber. Thanks, everybody. Be back with you guys tomorrow morning. See you then. Bye.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction. Go with trust.
Go Birds!
And go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
EAGLES, Eagles.